Morning, everyone. It is Annie Poirier from Shaping Perspectives, all snuggled up in my corner this morning on a wonderful Sunday, and I'm sharing with you today my story on how I came to know journaling and how I now use it as a self-care tool. And the story is really interesting, so I thought I would share it because we're talking about at Shaping Perspectives this week journaling and how it can really be helpful part of connecting deeper to yourself, and that's part of our mission. So to start the story, I'm going to just say that during my younger years in school, I was not um, I had the belief that I was not a good writer, that I didn't know how to spell, I couldn't put sentences together. And as we look back now, I realized I had some, pretty interesting events that happened to lead me to that belief. So all through school, I really just never did any writing. The first time I really took to writing was um, during my marriage when it was a little bit rocky, and it was a way of expressing, just letting things out. So, and those journals are all long gone. I burned them, got rid of them. But that was not really a helpful necessarily way of journaling for me at the time. So I put it away for a really long time. It was not kept private the way it should have been. And so the whole piece of writing was just another layer of the traumatic events of my childhood, where I just, let's just not do it. It's not worth it. Um, but then in comes a very interesting story. So uh, I was working with a couple and very good friends. They became very good friends. And the husband was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer. And at this time, um, it was a really, really difficult hit to the wife. And at the time, I was working as a trainer, and I went to their house and we did some drumming and we did some exercises there at the house. So I was still working 100% in the fitness field, in the fitness industry. And it was a wonderful experience, but then he passed. And the wife was very, very sad. And it was very difficult for her. And about 6 months after his passing, I was looking through a magazine. And I was looking through this magazine from Kripalu, which they have all kinds of different, self-help kind of programs, yoga programs, meditation programs, that kind of thing. And I came across a grief program, Yoga and Grief. And as I read it, I said, oh, this would be so great for my friend. What a wonderful opportunity it would be for her to start some healing. This was about 6 months after he had passed. And right next to it was a writing workshop, how to write your memoirs. Same weekend, and I looked at the page as it's open, and it was one of those, that synchronistic type of moments. I said, let me ask if she'll go, and I'll go to this, and we can go together. And then it's not like she has to go alone if she, or that's an excuse if she didn't want to go. So I approached her. She said yes, and so off we went. And during this period of time, over the course of the weekend, I shared writings, and for the first time felt a sense of decreased stress physically in my body, a sense of belonging, a sense of you're not alone, and a sense of calmness and peace and contentment through this act of writing. And so after this workshop, I came home and I started to do more writing. I got up in the morning and I would start to journal. And then all of a sudden, stories came out of me from my past, and things came out that it just felt like were bottled up for years and years and years. And one day I said, I'm just going to put this out there. And so in a public blog, I just started writing out some of what I was feeling and some of my stories and some of the things I've been learning along the way to find more joy in my life, to find more presence in my life, to find more connection with myself. And with this connection with myself, I began to have better connections with the people around me. So it became this snowball effect. And as soon as I put my story out there via my writing, all of a sudden there was a space of deeper connection with others. There was me too. I've been through that. That's there's that you're not alone piece is so huge. And so writing for me has become this space where I get to connect more deeply with myself. And with that, connect more deeply with others. And with that, feel more connected, more really like less stressed, more content. I guess that's the word I was looking for. More peaceful, experience more joy because things aren't bottled up inside. There's a way of letting them out. So journaling for many people can be a great self-care tool. It can be a great stress reliever. It can be a great way to connect with yourself and find some contentment within self. So this week at Shaping Perspectives, we're going to be talking a lot about journaling as an act of self-care and how it can help bring you kind of back to yourself and release stress. So I hope you'll stay tuned as we move through the week here at Shaping Perspectives. Have a wonderful Sunday.